welcome to the next episode of Decants with D. I am Dietmar Ostermann. I am your host this afternoon, and I'm the regular guy from Long Island. Today is a special show. We're gonna reveal my top 10 wines from Tuscany, Italy. If you watch my show on a regular basis, you know I'm a huge fan of Napa Valley Cabernet, but I also love Italian wine. Both from the Piedmont region as well as from Tuscany. So today I want to share with you the 10 Tuscan wines that I drink most often. I'm cutting it off at about $100. So these are wines that are selling for $20, as little as $20 to maybe as much as about $100. I know there are beautiful wines that are $200, $300 in the Brunello area of Tuscany, but those are out of the scope of my top 10 that I want to share with you today. So in Tuscany, as all of you I'm sure know, Sangiovese is a dominating grape. It's a grape that has high acidity and high tannins. The regions in Tuscany that matter here are, first of all, the Chianti DOCG, which is the area, the massive wine growing area south of Florence, in an egg-shaped area, somewhere between Pisa on the west side, Siena in the south, and Florence in the north. And within the Chianti region, you have a smaller, again, egg-shaped area. That's the Chianti Classico region, which is a little bit in the elevated territory that produces better wine. And a Chianti Classico typically is 12 months aged. A Chianti Classico Riserva, 24 months aged. I have my Chiantis here, 5 of them, to my left, your right. Over here on my right, your left, I have the second big wine in Tuscany, the Brunello di Montalcino. And Brunello also is a Sangiovese grape, but the town of Montagino is about another 50 miles south of Siena, so it's getting warmer in that area. It's a beautiful hilltop town. And in Montagino, they call the Sangiovese grape Brunello. Now a Brunello has to be 5 years aged, of which at least 2 in oak, so it's significantly more substantial wine. The third wine in Tuscany, which I do not like as much, I don't drink it as much, is the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, so I don't have any of those here. And then the fourth region in Tuscany, that is obviously incredibly important, is the Bulgaria Wine region. That's the region where the super Tuscans come from, and they are the wines where the Sangiovese oftentimes is blended with a Cabernet Sauvignon, a Merlot, or a Shiraz. Now, before I introduce my top 10 wines, I just wanted to make sure you understand that both 2015 and 16 were outstanding years in Tuscany for red wine. So the Chianti area is rated by Wine Spectator for 2015 97 points, and in 2016 97 points as well. The Brunellos in 2015, James Suckling said it was the year of the century, were rated 97 points by Wine Spectator later on. 2016, Suckling said almost as good as 2015. He liked 15 better. Wine Spectator later on rated the 2016 harvest in Brunello 99 points. So you cannot buy enough of them. It's a good investment either way. With that, without further ado, I'm going into my top 10, starting right here on my very left. First wine I want to introduce to you is the Gabbiano. This is the Chianti Classico Riserva. What I like about this wine, number one, is the price. You can get it for $19.99, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the wines that won, or 9 months ago, my 20 under 20 tasting. I have the link here in my description below. This wine came in third place. The other two were not Italian wines. So the Gabbiano dried cherry is the overwhelming flavor. Cranberry is the second flavor. There is a little bit of aromatic soil, mushroom, a little bit of oak and wood in this wine. That's what I like about it. That's wine number one. Wine number two, the Castelo di Bossi Chianti Classico. Now this wine too, $23, rated 3.9 on average by Vivino. Strawberry is a dominant grape here. Not dried cherry like in the Gabbiano, strawberry. In addition to strawberry, raspberry, really explosions of fruit. That's what I like about this wine. A sour, long finish, I like that too. So the Castello di Bossi is just a Chianti Classico. The Gabbiano that I like so much is a Chianti Classico Riserva. Third wine to introduce to you from the famous Felsina vineyard. This is the Chianti Classico Riserva as well. And this one is the Beradenga Riserva. This wine as a Riserva sells for about $30. The regular Chianti Classico is very good too. This is rated 3.9 by Vivino again. The touch and the feel of this wine is much more velvety, soft, a little bit of dusty, spicy, with some oak, so significantly more complex. It is very fruity. Here, dark black cherry is the dominating fruit and has a long lingering finish. All of that I like a lot. And for $30, ladies and gentlemen, this is a steal. Some of the best wines in Tuscany is my number 4 wine here, Castelo Diama. And by the way, I'm going upwards in price. I'm not necessarily going in a ranking here. Castelo Diama, this here is the San Lorenzo, and it's a Chianti Classico Gran Selezione. So this is the wine that had to age 30 months. This is a long time for Chianti. Chianti, typically I say you have to drink young, so 10 years or younger. Brunello, you have to drink aged, 10 years or older. So this particular Castelo Diama is bright red in color. Strawberries is the main fruit profile. Cherries is the second fruit profile. It has a bouquet of wild berries around it. Spicy aromas, oak in here, elegant and refined. It's a complex wine. And this one is available for $48 and has a 4.3 average rating for the Vivino user. And the fifth of my Chianti contenders, again a Chianti Classico Riserva, Marchese Antinori. Antinori, obviously the legend down there among the winemakers in Tuscany. This wine is a $50 wine. 4.3 is the rating in Vivino, and it's velvety, soft, dusty, spicy with oak, very fruity. Black cherry is a dominating fruit, long lingering finish. It's a great wine, one of my all-time favorites in the Chianti area in Tuscany. That was Chianti. I'm moving over to Brunello di Montagino. Brunello di Montagino is a much more elegant wine. This is further south. This is where it's warmer. Therefore, the fruits are much more developed, and the wine has aged for 5 years, of which many winters for 2 or 3 years of these wines in oak. So it's a refined wine. It's a fine wine, an age-worthy wine. I'm still drinking right now the 2010, some 2012s, but I also will drink in 1997 or 1999. Those wines are still perfect. A good Brunello di Montalcino lasts for 30, 35 years. My number one contender, the Caparzo Brunello di Montalcino 2015 or 2016. What I like about this wine is, number one, $45, ladies and gentlemen. $45 for Brunello di Montalcino that has aged 5 years. Just think about the working capital that's tied up there with the winter. That's a great price, and I love this wine. The Caparzo is a medium sour cranberry taste. Cherry is in there, wild berries are in there, a little bit of pepper, white pepper typically, full body but harmonious. Strong tannins, high acidity, but everything in balance. And that, ladies and gentlemen, $45 on top of it. Wine Spectator rated the 95 vintage for the Caparzo at 93 points. Number 2 among the Brunellos is the Caprili. The Caprili got quite some attention because James Suckling rated the 2015 100 points. The Caprili is more red berries, cherry, plum, some herbal flavors in there, flowers, a little bit of black tea. It's a complex wine, has tannins, but they are very well integrated into the structure. The Caprili is available for $53. Wine Spectator 95 rated, 4.3 average on Vivino. Number 3 among the Brunellos, the Ranieri. Says it right on here, 100 points by James Suckling. The Ranieri and the Caprili, I both tasted in my 2015 Brunello tasting. Again, the link is in my comments below. Dark red berry in the Ranieri, vanilla flavors, lead pencil in here, tobacco from the oak in the aging process. Overall, for $70, a 4.4 rated wine, and of course Suckling thinks it's 100 points. Second to last among the Brunellos, an all-time favorite of mine, San Filippo Brunello di Montalcino, and this one is the Le Lucere. The Le Lucere is a 97 point rated wine by Wine Spectator, 4.3 on Vivino, $80. Black cherry galore with some plum in it. Wild berries, a little bit of pepper, smoke, spice, oak, and a lot of tannins, and all of that in balance. It's a wonderful wine. And then finally, among the Brunellos, my all-time favorites, the Casanova di Neri. Casanova di Neri, I have tasted it many times in various shows. It's just a beautiful wine. This comes also in 2 editions, the regular Casanova di Neri, and this one is the Tenuta Nuova. The Tenuta Nuova is even better. The Tenuta Nuova, no, unfortunately, is $130. The regular Casanova di Neri, $75. 4.6 on Vivino, and what we like here is ripe berries, earthy and floral scents, black cherry in the fruit as well, plum, blackberry, so it's red and black fruit, licorice, tobacco, cacao, long finish. You can't ask for any more in a wine. For primary fruit flavors, secondary flavors, tertiary flavors from the oaking and aging process. unbelievable. Try it out. So ladies and gentlemen, if you can, buy some 2015. Right now the prices of the 2015 both have come up for the Chianti as well as for the Brunello. 2016 still very reasonable priced. In closing, from Bulgaria, which is the coastal region over there in Tuscany, my favorite and most affordable of the super Tuscans, the Tignanello, also from Antinori. This one is Wine Spectator 97 rated, 4.6 on Vivino, a fabulous wine. This one is a blend with Cabernet in it, not just Sangiovese, black cherry, blackberry, wooden flavors, tobacco flavors, and all of that for a super Tuscan at about $130. These, ladies and gentlemen, are my top 10 wines from Tuscany, and the 11th as a bonus. And please, if you like this show, press like here and subscribe to my channel and follow me on Vivino. I'm a heavy Vivino wine raider, and I see you next Sunday.